The more I look back at all the stuff that I've read over the years, so-called spiritual metaphysical teachers, and some of the stuff they come out with, it's as if things are designed to give you everything to do with stories and words, although they might be actually personally experienced. But when people say that this is the way it is in every case, I mean, I can tell you some of my experiences. Well, someone wants to say, what good does it do you? Well, I don't know. I mean, I used muscle testing for a very long time, but I'm sure I didn't get it right 100% of the time, even though I got a strong yes or a strong no. I'm sure that I was manipulated because the body itself is not me. And even though Dr. Hawkins says that the body is made of cells and the cells are life and life itself is what is telling you the truth, I don't think it's as accurate as what he says. I don't think so. I can't say I know so because how am I going to say I know so? It's just that I know that I have been manipulated. I have been manipulated and manipulated and manipulated, which the observer that used to think that it was running this body mind, but I have seen and I have been shown that things can run your body break. I mean, they used to talk about it when I was learning Lomi Lomi and we were doing muscle tests. And the teacher used to say, well, sometimes you'd be switched. In other words, you get a strong no for something that should be a yes. That's what they call being switched. So another thing, well, Hawkins himself said, if your chakras were blown, that you could get wrong information. And who's to say that his chakras weren't blown when he was doing all his stuff? You know? It's because you've got this information. I mean, he stole all this information from the Sedona method, and he didn't credit them. But it's, if you dig into David Hawkins, he makes himself out to be, he got a PhD from a diploma mill. It wasn't even a real school. So, how far do you want to go with him? It's an interesting, intellectually interesting to say that, Om, if you chant Om, it raises your frequency. But how does that raise your frequency any more than me going la 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 la, or singing Kumbaya and navel gazing, Kumbaya, Lord, Kumbaya? Does that make me any better? I don't know. I don't know. It's, if you throw logic and reason away, I mean, logic and reason says whether I go Om or I go la 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 la, that when I go Om, I'm going to be more in touch with divinity or something than when I go la 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 la. logic's Mr. Spock would say, "I'm sorry, that's illogical. It's illogical," and you know, it, Hawkins was trying to say that above logic and reason, there's love and enlightenment. But if your logic and reason doesn't point you in the direction, or if you're what you're getting from your so-called spirit totally goes against reason and logic, I can't get anywhere with this discussion because I just keep getting yabbits in the back of my head. Yabbit, 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 yabbit. But I did muscle test my way driving for years and years and years and years, and I don't even muscle test to do it. It just, the body goes where it goes now. So, and I was sent places, unbelievable things I've been to through muscle testing. But, is it the life of the body cells that is directing it? Or is it some other entity that is running this body? As if I was run on a console of a video game by some other being. I think it might be that. I really think it could be that. How do I prove it? I mean, I can't find the console, but it's like voodoo. In which case, it's the complexity of lies that can be cooked up in order to justify this is a spiritual life thing. I mean, you have no idea. I mean, if you look at old Star Trek and the original series, they dealt with beings that had incredible mental powers to create illusions. It was funny that the first season of Star Trek had so much to do with psychic things, so much about people getting cities, superpowers. Siddhi, it comes from the Sanskrit, and it means basically, well, they call them spiritual gifts, but it's basically having telekinesis and telepathy, and I don't know what else they had. They had the ability to kill with their minds. So, now, can someone who's evil have superpowers? Yes. It's my experience that they can. How did they do it? Did they do it with technology, or did they have it some other way? I don't know how you'd find out. But they do. So if it's a spiritual gift to have these powers, then why would you have a spiritual gift given to somebody who's a negative being? Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. So I can't be in much of an authority on anything because my experience has been that it seems like every theory that I play around with gets blown away. The truth of reality. So I guess the last thing is Messiah's Handbook, the Is. Why the Is empowers the dark, I don't know, but I mean, if it does, it's just reality, It's just reality, and it doesn't seem to be. I don't know what they teach you in Sunday school.